I know each time we keep saying, I think we found our new favorite campground, but we're at Valley of Fire State Park. Oh, it's awesome.
Hi, I'm Rhonda.
I'm Angie.
And we're Adventures in Nomadness. Hey, do you want to go to Vegas?
Hell no. I hate Vegas. But I hear Valley of Fire State Park east of Vegas is pretty cool. You want to check that out instead?
Yes.
Cool. That'll be way better than Vegas. We're at Valley of Fire State Park, and this is an amazing place. And there's been sheep sort of all around. Big, huge ones with big horns was staring at us earlier up there on the rocks. So yeah, it's a pretty cool spot. And looking forward to going for some hikes and exploring tomorrow.
Petrified log. You know, if you could trust people not to mess with it, it wouldn't be fenced.
Hey, we're in Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. We're going to try and hike as many trails as we possibly can over the next couple days, starting with the Petrified Log Loop. This is a short, 0.3 miles, and there's some really cool petrified logs. And the scenery is amazing. I would say Valley of Fire State Park rivals any national park out there. It is amazing. Hey, the next trail we're going to do is Rainbow Vista. It is a 1 mile round trip, so another short one. We're going to try and do a whole bunch of short ones today, but the sands that form these formations out here were deposited about 150 million years ago. It's when dinosaurs walked the earth. Well, mile hike is not very far at all. Except for when you're walking in sand, it makes it a little harder. Plus those two northern girls, like 68 degrees out here, we're practically dying. It's so hot. Yeah, it's all about getting acclimatized, Ian. We're on a roll. We're on hike number 3. And this one is the White Domes Trail. It's a loop and it's 1.25 miles. Now the cool thing about Valley of Fire State Park is they have a trail map and it'll tell you what the hardness of the trail is. And this is another sandy one. So yeah, 68 degrees, sand, warm. It's
and now uphill.
And now uphill.
Because we got to add something else to make it a little bit more
wimps.
Got to have an adventure, just getting through the sand.
And oh, by the way, this is the first time we've been in t-shirts in
years.
Feels like a couple years. Oh, probably maybe a year and a half since we left Arizona in March. Anyway, this trail's gorgeous. But why take my word for it? Well, this trail is beyond our expectations. We haven't done much slot canyon hiking and it is pretty spectacular. So definitely do White Dome Trail. It's amazing. All right, we're going to try hike number 4 the next day. This one is called Day 2 in Valley of Fire. Actually, Day 3, we didn't do any hiking the first day because it was in the afternoon and it was hot. This one is the Pinnacles. It's 4.5 miles, and there's a little sign there that says it's not marked nor maintained. So we'll see if we actually do the whole 4.5 miles.
But what a difference a day makes. It's going to be a lot easier hiking today as far as heat is concerned.
Yeah.
Us little pansies.
I know. Us little heat wimps are liking the 60-degree temps this morning, and a little bit later, a little cloudier. Right on. All right, well, we didn't want to jinx ourselves before getting back, and now that we're back, this is an awesome trail. If you don't want many people, we had absolutely zero, not a single other person on this trail with us. So that was pretty fantastic. This is a great trail too if you want to have more of a backcountry experience, because it went way out and we didn't know what to expect, and it was pretty awesome. I would definitely do this trail again. The trail was a little hard to find a couple of times, so there's a couple apps you can use. Gaia or All Trails would probably work too, so it was good to follow along. Sometimes there's service, sometimes there's not, so an app like Gaia you can use offline, which we did quite a bit. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah, there's a part of it that really isn't marked at all.
Yeah, pretty much. But you can kind of pick your way through. Okay, going for warm-up walk. This is hike number 5.
Five.
Hike number 5.
See, after a while, you can't even think anymore.
I know, they blend together, but they don't because they're all really cool. So this is Balancing Rock, and it's only a quarter mile. And it's right from the visitor center. And of course, there's lots of people because it's short and it's at the visitor center. But it's another beautiful day in paradise.
Apparently we're going to walk backwards up this trail.
We are, because the sun's that way.
This is hike number 6.
Woohoo! This is Natural Arches, 2.5 miles round trip, and parking was a little, this trail was a little nondescript from the road, so we drove back and forth a couple times. There's no sign marking it from the road.
If you're here, look for the historic marker, and it is across the street.
And watch where you walk. Well, we think we're accidentally on trail number 7 now, or hike number 7. We're combining 2.
We're not lost. The trail has misplaced us.
Yeah, that's right. What we thought was a Natural Arches trail may have been. We went to the left, which is what we were supposed to do. But then we came out on the Elephant Rock Trail. So now we're going to do that one too. And it's 1.2 loop. So we might get like 3 mile hike in, or 4 miles. I don't know, we'll just keep walking on all these trails.
So what do I love about these hikes? It's just, the formations just are so unusual. And if you look, you can see, you can make out faces or animals or whatever. But the Elephant Rock, I like to imagine things in rocks. I could not see an elephant. So I have a feeling that maybe it has changed over time. And maybe if all you do is drive through the park, that would be an unusual formation. But honestly, Angie and I were relatively disappointed.
I wanted to check out the boondocking in the area out of the east entrance of Valley of Fire State Park, and there is tons. If it wasn't for the fact that we wanted to explore the park and do all the hiking there, we totally would have stayed here. But each time you go in to the park, it's a $15 entrance fee. So there you have it there, and we're spending a few days there. So there, I don't know if you see behind me, it just stretches and stretches and stretches for miles and miles. There's quite a few RVs out here, and so this is Sand Mine Road off of 169 coming out of the east entrance of Valley of Fire State Park. So a couple ways of finding it too. You can go to iOverlander. I've also started using the Dirt app quite a bit more, and freecampsites.net. So this is a huge, huge boondocking area. My God, there's so much open. There's so many open spots out here right now too. Okay, well, if you come to Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada, it's all first come, first serve, and our biggest suggestion is get here early in the day, 10, 11. We got here about 3, and when we came through the entrance station, the guy said, oh, you know, campgrounds have been really full. There was at least 6 or 7 spots when we got here. There are 2 campgrounds, at Laddle and Arch Rock, right next to each other. And at Laddle, there are actually over there a few, maybe about 10 sites or so that are full hookup sites. Each site actually does have water at the site though. If you do come to Valley of Fire, it's $15 for an entrance fee. So that's regardless if you're camping or not. And then if you're camping, it's $10 a night. So in essence, it's gonna be $25 per night. It's $20 if you're a Nevada resident. Full hookup sites are actually $10 more than that. All right, we're in site number 5. This is a really awesome site. The cons to the site, is it right? It's pros and cons depending how you feel about it. Right across from the bathroom, there are showers there. The cons of that is a little bit more traffic probably right in the spot. We're right near the entrance to this particular campground at Laddle. The big pros is it seems like the desert bighorn sheep like to come down. So at least 2 out of the 4 nights, they were actually right behind us. It was pretty cool. And one went right through our campsite. I had come in to get something, and then I looked out, there was a bighorn male ram right behind the RV, and ended up walking right next to Ronda, which was over there at the campfire ring. So really good, lots of wildlife around here. You can definitely hear the coyotes at night. Yeah, this is a great spot with lots of great hiking, and I highly recommend going to the visitor center so you can check out all the geological and archaeological information. And yes, there's even a dump station here and potable water. Now, even though I said there was potable water at our campsite, I couldn't actually fill up our tank with it. We have a bandit to put on it, but the type of fixture was too loose, so water just sprays everywhere. So it wasn't like a screw-on thing for the hose. So that was a bit of a pain. So we'll fill it up with water here and get on the road.